Never put an actress on the floor. You don't never front line of war. You ain't never had a line of tour. You ain't got a line around the store. You ain't dead. You ain't dead. I never see your name up in the Forbes. You ain't got a line around the store. Never put an actress on the floor. You ain't never front line of war. Nigga, you ain't dead. None of this. You ain't dead. None of this.
You ain't got what I got. You ain't seen what I seen. Pull a bitch on my, pull a bitch on a beam. Pull a tail, let me sing. It's a lot on my plate. I can make no mistakes. Shoulder hold a lot of weight. Fish jumping out the face.
Okay. Let me not let the whole song play. Happy birthday, Nipsey Hussle. Phone lines are open, 800-920-1580. You ain't did. Ha. You ain't did. We're celebrating around here. We're having our own birthday party. In LA, you're all invited. You can get in the chat room at KBLA 1580. Get in the comments, say a thing, do a thing. We'll see you there. We'll see you on socials at KBLA 1580. Yes, we have more to give away. Not one, but two. So you want to keep it locked for that. You can call me, talk about anything we've talked about or anything we haven't talked about at 800-920-1580. I want to congratulate Artist Moore, another chat room VIP who won the tap card, the special birthday Nipsey Hussle birthday edition tap card, and worth $600+ so far. We've got VIPs winning: Dwight from Compton and Artist Moore from LA, and of course Jacqueline Anderson. Congratulations on naming us our fourth day of the week, which will now be known here to forever as Think Tank Thursday. And she pointed out that both of the top two vote getters were named Anderson, even though they're not related to each other. So Jerry Anderson with the runner-up, which was Thirsty Thursday, and the winner, Think Tank Thursday. Right now I want to go to Friday Jones calling me from L.A. It's your day of the week, so it's great that you're calling. She's a well-known reparationist. Good morning, Miss Friday.
Good morning, Dominique DiPrima. Happy Freedman Friday.
Indeed.
So, okay, I was listening to Cam Howard. Peace to Cam Howard. Good morning, sir, if you're still listening. You know, I just want to add a couple of things for consideration, particularly the last part of your discussion around the African Union and that Region 6, because, you know, in the reparations space, it really, in a way, infuriated, I think, a lot of the American freedmen. You could sort of see the chatter on social media, but there's a couple of things. First of all, I'm glad that he talked about that because the last time I went to the United Nations Permanent Forum on People of African Descent, one of the things that was very clear is that NGOs, non-governmental organizations, meaning 501c3s and 4s and whatevers, that were present clearly do not have the same standing in the United Nations as member states.
Right.
And so currently, right now, Sidney Kamlager has built H.R. 784 to establish the Advisory Council on African Diaspora Engagement in the United States and for other purposes. And basically, it's a bill and an advisory commission that's being created to bridge the economic gap between African Americans, Africans in America, and continental Africa, which obviously means engaging the African Union. I think that is smart. We know that she took over the seat that was filled by now Mayor Karen Bass, and one of Karen Bass's priorities was Africa. I think she was like the ambassador or something.
She was chair of the Africa Committee in Congress, yeah.
There we go. Chair of the African Committee. So, like, what we see is Kamlager doing a continuation of that work, which, as far as I'm concerned, is a step in the right direction because it would actually give American freedmen an opportunity to be on the commission, and it would give American freedmen the opportunity to negotiate in a way how we want to negotiate, not just be dominated by the African Union and their vision or people who may have immigrated to the United States, but still may have familial ties and allegiances, to those other governments. So I think that that's a good thing.
Does is it a step before we go to your challenge? Because this is really interesting what you're saying. Would it give more standing than coming to the UN through an NGO?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, just want to
100%.
clarify that. Yeah. The challenge, though, I don't want to skip the challenge. I just wanted to clarify that point.
Yeah, so that's a pro. Like the United States is, actually, or at least a member of Congress is actively trying to play in the landscape. And we know America has all kinds of military bases in Africa, like all the other imperialists. But, this is specific. This particular bill is specific to Black folks and Africans in America, building some sort of economic bridge. But again, my challenge, let me get to the challenge. My challenge with it is, and like Cam is talking about now, they're dealing with the executive because it's been so hard to deal with Congress. You got to build, 30 years, my whole adult life, stuck in Congress and unable to move. My challenge with it is like the National Assembly of American Slavery Descendants, of which I'm the president of. We went to President Biden when he was in office. We are now, talking to legislators, and the Trump administration is a little gangster because they straight up said they don't respond. They're like, we'll get back to you if we're interested in what you're talking about. And if you're not, they just don't get back to you. But we presented a commission basically for American freedmen that mirrored the executive order. I think it's Executive Order 1315 that was signed by President Barack Obama for the Asian and Pacific Islander community to grow their economic growth through access to the different departments in the United States. And that commission has been standing since Obama was president. It was signed by Trump, his first go-around. It was re-signed by Biden, his go-around. It's been re-signed by President Trump. And yet when it comes to us, somehow we don't get that. I have a meeting with member Cam Logger because she is my congresswoman set up for later this month. And I'm going to talk about this. But this is stuff I think that Black people in America need to understand is happening so that we are not once again left out of the conversation when it comes to growing our own economic power in this country.
Yeah, well said. Well, you're past due to come on a Freedman Friday. We got to make that happen. But I'm going to ask you this because you went to the UN Forum. We haven't talked about it too much on Freedman Friday, which is that there was a resolution earlier this year to start a second decade. Last decade was the decade people of African descent. And now they have adopted a resolution calling for a second international decade for people of African descent, which started this year. I just wondered if you wanted to speak on that at all.
Okay, I saw that, but honestly, I didn't read it, so I don't want to comment on something that I'm not totally versed in.
Right.
I did see that headline. I did not read it. I kind of perused it, but not enough to remember. But
when you went there, that was part of the first decade, right? Wasn't it? Your that working group on people of African descent. That's part of the decade of people of African descent. So maybe we'll speak more on it when you come on and do a Freedman Friday coming up soon. But the good news I saw, what I read, was that 87 member states co-sponsored that initiative. So to me, that's a good sign.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have high participation, but honestly, like the U.S. representatives that were there, and they were people that, again, the National Assembly of American Slavery Descendants absolutely did meet with. But, America's priorities is not necessarily our priorities.
Yeah. So true. All right. Well, Friday, let's we'll talk after the show and figure out when you can do a Freedman Friday. Well, you want to say anything else?
I think as a date, no, peace and reparations. I'm going to leave y'all on that until next time.
Peace and reparations indeed. Friday called 800-920-1580. I invite you to do the same. Happy Freedman Friday. Phone lines are open. We're freestyling on KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-868-6431, 800-868-6431. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 800-868-6431, 800-868-6431, and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. Never sell out. They can't tempt you with fortunes or fame. Sometimes you gotta talk that talk to them, Nipsey. But when that right deal, it comes your Sometimes they can't handle it though. But you'll remember how to sign your name. But we don't care.
Yeah. It's a moment that's special. It's what happens. Stay down, the game bless you. It's what happens. Don't fold, the game test you. If you pass it, you gone, they can't catch you. It's permanent. I've been down, I deserted this. Rough Rider Rockefeller on my murder shit. Yes. Try to threat me with the fame, ain't concerned with it. Only worry about the green, I'm a herbalist. Even though next level look, still achieving those. 7 digits, models, just hip down arena shows. 100,000, make a transfer cause my visa low. Every week I send a text like that to GSO. In the back, feeling like Jigga in the GS4. Me and Boogie on some need to know.
Miles made a really great point, which is that every single Nipsey Hussle mixtape and the Victory Lap all have
clean version of it. Drop the clean version of his mixtapes, y'all. That's like, as an artist who needs to drop the clean version of my music, this is dedication. This is motivation.
Dedication. Right, grinding all my life. I mean, that is the grind right there, right? You get, that's time consuming, but for those of us who are on terrestrial radio or other platforms that don't allow profanity, it's a blessing. That means we can actually play your stuff and promote your stuff, and it's probably more likely to be put forth than maybe some other music.
Right. Also, it is time consuming, but also if you think about it ahead of time, you can have your mix done while you're actually mixing the music.
While you're doing the whole project.
Have ahead of time. So I think that's probably what Nipsey was doing ahead of time, getting ahead of the game instead of trying to do it on the back end and go find the files for your mixtapes and get the right sessions and maybe missing a word. My man knew what he was doing and had the vision. So that's dedication. That's foresight right there.
Absolutely. Let's go to Fahima calling us from Washington, D.C.
Hi, Johnny and K. Paso, Dominique. How are you, my sister?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
Good. Well, I was calling in mainly to share that during the Dr. Arakanachi and Boricua, who was the head of the African Union, the diaspora was very much involved. She made an express effort to do outreach. They had an office here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I've interviewed her a number of times, and we've called her repeatedly to do Freedman Friday, but she has not yet made herself available.
Right, and she had a lot to do with the Francophone countries coming together, as you know, and that was also a reason why she was pushed out. But the other point I wanted to make, the African Union is certainly not an NGO.
No, I don't think that's what Friday was implying. I mean, she was talking about NARC. She was talking about in Cobra. She was talking about other folks trying to engage. That's what I believe. I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, I got the impression from what she posted in the chat and her commentary that the African Union was, because the African Union has UN observer status and is an intergovernmental agency. The other thing I'm going to say in my party, as has been stated, the diaspora has been the sixth region of the African Union since 2003. There are some people who are just learning this year the diaspora's being part of the African Union and their resistance and anger and pushback. Let people do what they feel is best for them. Just like there are people that consider themselves freemen, ADOS, FBA, that's all fine. But I don't think that people should try to stop people from doing what they think they feel is best for them.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But Friday's in the chat, she said she wasn't referring to the AU. She was actually talking about the NGOs. But, I mean, it's a good point. Everyone's got their part to do, and everyone is. People are doing incredible work right now around reparations. And
absolutely,
I feel like there's more unity. From when we started this almost 2 years ago to now, I feel like there's more unity coming from all of these different factions, almost all. And that's very encouraging.
Yes, that's in those people that are sincere.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we really are fighting for reparations, it doesn't matter to me what you call yourself, whether you call yourself a freedman, whether I want to acknowledge that I'm of African descent. But I think that there are people who are not earnest who are complaining that I will consider myself a person of African descent. If I want to go to Africa, that is my prerogative. Oh, I remember the other point. I think the gentleman Tucker, he was saying that people that have money, actually, there are working class people. I know many who have retired and moved to Ghana, other places, and they actually have a higher quality of life because their dollars go further. So moving to the continent is not something that is unattainable and is for rich black people.
So you're talking about Carl Tucker in the chat. I didn't see the comment. Yes. He said that moving to Africa is for rich people. Is that what he was saying?
Well, yeah, okay. He said black people that are wealthy. No. Actually, I have friends who are working class, postal workers, people who are nurses. You can retire. Your money will go further because of the exchange rate. Yeah,
no, I know a few people like that too. Middle class, working class folks, they could just come up with a plan. Whenever I talk about that, all I'm saying is have a plan. Whether it's your Social Security or a means of working online, I wouldn't move to Africa without a means of supporting myself. Doesn't mean you have to be rich, but you do have to have a plan because you're not going to be out there competing with Africans trying to get a job when resources are scarce.
All right. Thank you for taking my call. I'll continue to listen.
Appreciate you, Fahima. Appreciate the call. And she's always sending me articles and such. I think we're getting a more nuanced understanding of the roles of all of, the UN, the AU, CARICOM, and our United States-based reparations NGOs as these conversations unfold on Freedman Friday. And that's one of the things that I'm very, very grateful for, that we've been able to sort of unpack that. And I hope and believe, I do believe that we have been part of fostering unity as people become more clear about what the other group is doing or saying and where there are points of unity where we can, I can follow that call to action. I might not believe in everything this organization or that organization or this leader or that leader says, but we have this point of unity. Let's unite around that. Oh, that wasn't as crazy as it sounded or as the rumor that was going around. Oh, well, we can give people grace here. We can give people autonomy here. And like Dr. Cornell West said at the benefit for Black Lives Matter Grassroots, which was a great event, we're not going to be, if your idea of unity is we all have to believe the same exact things and say them in the same exact way and have the same ideas about how to fix them, then that will never be achieved. When you have brilliant minds and rebellious souls working towards a goal, i.e. reparations, there's never going to be autonomy or, there's never going to be uniformity. What we will have is the ability for solidarity and coalition and marching together, working together. And that was a powerful point. Let's go to Dwight. Winner, chicken dinner. Dwight, straight out of Compton. Good morning.
Good morning, Hotep. Dominique, thank you, KBLA, everyone there at the station, for all the great things you guys are doing, for keeping us motivated and giving us direction as to how to fight with the problems we're facing. Happy birthday related to Miles and Nipsey Hussle for motivating us through their music. Happy birthday to Maxine Waters for fighting for our community for many, many years. Dominique, I just want to call to say thank you. I'm so grateful for your station, and I'm looking forward to this Think Tank Thursday. I got a little theme for us: to believe your eyes, not the lies.
Oh, I like that. Believe your eyes, not the lies. The poet coming in with the slogan.
Thank you, Dominique, again I'm so happy I won the Nipsey Hussle merch. And thank KBLA for all you guys are doing for our community. Thank you, Dominique.
We appreciate you very much. Believe your eyes, not the lies. Yeah, so we are doing this thing. We're really not just Miles got his Crenshaw shirt, I got my marathon shirt, and Mila got her SFSU shirt. Yeah, go Gators. But look, we are celebrating Nipsey's 40th birthday, and this is a collaboration between KBLA, the LA Metro, and the estate of Nipsey Hussle, Hermias Escobar. They have 2 limited edition tap cards. I want one, okay, but I'm not going to steal your prize. Crenshaw and Slauson is one. It's black and white. Beautiful photo by Jonathan Mannion. And then the other one is called Watts. That's the stylized portrait of Nipsey on a Metro bus. They launched today. They're only making 12,000 of these things. You can get them at the Hyde Park Station, Crenshaw, Slauson, Compton, Hollywood and Vine, or Expo and Crenshaw, or at all 6 Metro customer service centers. Another way to get one is to sign up for the low-income fare Easy Life program. All the new participants who sign up in South LA will get the Nipsey card. They're renaming the Hyde Park Station from now until August 31st to Nipsey Hussle Station. And they have these cards. They're 9 months of free transit access across multiple agencies, which means it's a value of over $600. And so right now, I'm looking for caller 40. If you would like to win that, you'll also get some KBLA swag. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. For those of you who are going, when you heard me say, good job, Stephanie Wiggins. Stephanie Wiggins is the executive director of the LA Metro, happens to be a black woman, so I was just showing her some love. But if you want to win, call me now, 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. We will take caller 40 as the winner here, and we actually have 2 more to give away, so get to dialing if this is something that you think you would like to win. Meanwhile, Donald Trump and President Putin will meet today this morning in a few hours. And it seems like the president is just winging it, which seems rather risky with a highly trained, Secret Service type individual. Intelligence operative is the word I was looking for, i.e. Vladimir Putin. I would love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation. KBLA, who's this?
Hi, this is Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. What you doing today?
Listening to you and working from home.
Well, Sharon, you're caller 1, so you might have to call back. Get to speed dialing. I appreciate you listening and appreciate the call. KBLA, who this? Hello? KBLA, who's
Good
this?
afternoon.
Who is
This
it?
is Morris Phillips.
Morris, you
Phillips.
did not win Morris Phillips, but you could try again because you're caller 2. Thanks for calling. Thanks for playing. KBLA, may I help you?
Hi, KBLA.
Who's on my line?
Stan Williams.
Stan Williams? Jan Williams. Jan, my girl, Jan from Black Lives Matter LA. Jan, hang up and hurry up and call back because you're caller 3. And we're looking for caller 3. You're looking a little too early. See, that's what organizers do. They get in early. Sorry, we hung up on you. KBLA, who this? This is who?
Gloria Melion.
Gloria Melion. I'm sorry, you're caller 4, but hey, it's not too late. You can still call back. We're looking for caller 40. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Alexandria Ikamoni with BIN News Now. Governor Gavin Newsom's call for a special election to redraw congressional districts in California is being met with Republican criticism. State Senator Tony Strickland accuses Newsom of campaigning on taxpayers' dollars. He says the idea of mid-decade redistricting in general is a bad one.
First of all, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Where do we stop? So California responds to Texas, Florida responds to California, Illinois responds to Florida. And pretty soon we have the whole country doing redistricting every 2 years. That's not good for America and not good for California.
A 4th person is dead from Legionella in Harlem. City health officials making the grim update. They also upped the count of reported cases to at least 92. Sean Kingston's lawyer wants a judge to allow the artist to serve his sentence at home instead of a prison cell. The argument was made ahead of today's sentencing. Get BIN News Now on the iHeartRadio app.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
We're going to find out a lot about the Dodgers this weekend. The first place San Diego Padres are in town tonight to kick off a 3-game series against the Dodgers. The Dodgers, who have lost 4 in a row and 21 of their last 33, are a game behind the Padres in the NL West. This series could be a turning point for the Dodgers this season. Are they still a championship team? Or are they a team with a bunch of high-profile players who simply are not getting the job done? We will find out this weekend. The NBA schedule is out. The Lakers will be at home for their regular season opener against Golden State on October 21st. This will be the 23rd NBA season for LeBron. The Lakers are on the Christmas Day schedule against Houston. The Clippers' first regular season game is October 22nd at Utah. The LA Sparks are back in action today on the road. They take on the Dallas Wings. 4:30 tip-off LA time. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Join the Black Hollywood Education and Resource Center for its 32nd annual Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves Short Film Festival, featuring 22 powerful short films by emerging Black women directors. See their visions, hear their voices. Saturday, August 16th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Writers Guild Theater, 135 South Doheny Drive in Beverly Hills. For more information, call BHERC at 323-957-4656 or email BHERC@bherc.org. Tickets may be purchased at eventbrite.com or at the door.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-868-6431, 800-868-6431. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 800-868-6431, 800-868-6431, and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
Look, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. It's a real celebration. It's a dime block declaration. 59th and 5th Ave, granny house with vanilla wafers. It's the remedy to separation. Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix. Red rose in the great pavement. Young black trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Cause they left him no platforms to explain it. He frustrated, so he get faded. But deep down inside, he know you can't fade him. How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meet preparation? I need some real reparations. Or I run up in your bank just for recreation.
KBLA, we're still looking for that caller 40, 800-920-1580. And to be real, it's 40 for each time you want to win. We need caller 40. So, who this? Good morning. Who's on my? Who is this?
Jacqueline Anderson.
Jacqueline Anderson, who already won for Think Tank Thursday, and let me congratulate you. Sad to say you are caller 38, but stay on the line so we can get your info to get you your knowledge back. All right. KBLA, who's this?
Molly Bell. What number am I?
Molly Bell, straight out of Compton. You're caller 39. Oh no! Hurry up! Well, don't. You can try for 40.
Bye-bye.
But remember, we still have another round of this here. KBLA, who's this?
Hi, this is Adrienne Diggs.
Adrienne Diggs, you just won a Nipsey Hussle birthday pack. You getting ready to get some swag from KBLA and the special edition Metro card with 9 months of free transit access across multiple agencies. That's worth over $600.
Oh, my goodness. Fantastic. Thank you.
Yes, happy Friday, Adrian. Stay on the line. Let Miles get your number. And big thank you to LA Metro and the state of Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle's 40th birthday. I love that. I love that. Yes. Congratulations. So you're going to go a lot of places. You're going to go more places now that you... Now that you have this.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Absolutely.
Girl, you got places to be. All right, stay on the line.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling and thank you for listening to KBLA. We appreciate you. We love our KBLA delegation so very much. And that is good stuff. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Some people hating on this. $600 worth of transportation all around LA. A beautiful collector's item card, of which I'm going to try to go get me one. That means I'm going to have to go over to the Hyde Park, Crenshaw, Slauson, Compton, Hollywood, Vine, or Expo Crenshaw Station to get this card. Or else I could go to a Metro Customer Center, but I probably will go to the station. Could also go to Baldwin Hills, Crenshaw, and Rosa Parks locations. Okay, good stuff. Or sign up for South LA. If you're in South LA and you sign up for the low-income card, the Easy Life program, then you get a Nipsey birthday card on the way out. So there's that. This is fun. I'm glad we had a winner. But you know what, Molly Bell, don't give up. It might not be too late for you. We still have one more to give away. I love that this is happening on my show today, honoring Nipsey Hussle in that way for his birthday. I only met Nipsey one time at the opening of the Marathon store. And I was shocked because he knew all about me. It was like he didn't know I was coming. We just rolled up on him because there was a whole bunch of people there. I'm not going to lie. We cut the line because we know that.
But you Dominique DiPrima. The streets know.
Because because the streets know. Right. Thank God they do. And so we cut the line and I was with my then intern, Cameron. We went to the store. We met Nip. We saw the store. We talked to Black Sam. And he was so kind. He knew all about me. Started running down about street science and this and that. And was really wanting to do some kind of project with me. Some kind of, I don't know. We were going to talk about what it was. And that sadly did not happen. But it was amazing. It's amazing because he, younger generation guy, and clearly, there's some people who study and read and track things. And Nipsey Hussle was one of those. He had a lot to say, and that was just a great experience talking to him, talking to Sam. I know people in their circle per se, but I never had really talked to him outside. Well, I never had talked to him outside of that one day when he was at the store talking to everybody, hugging everyone, taking 1 million pictures, and opening a hub in our community, which isn't there anymore because it's shut down. But my understanding is from the research I've done that they're going to reopen it as some kind of museum and memorial to Nipsey Hussle right there. They actually fenced it off. The research that I did on that, they said that it was the LAPD was claiming it was a hazard because too many people were coming there and trying to take pictures or whatever. I don't know, whatever else was going on there. But I'm glad to know they're going to reopen it. Now the store is on Melrose. And they have the Marathon Burger. I wonder if the Marathon Burger is going to be packed today with everybody trying to celebrate his birthday. Because I still want to try that burger. I've heard from Miles and others that it's actually really good.
Shout out when I went down there, Black Sam was actually whipping up the burgers for us. So yeah.
You never know because there's all kinds of celebs that go down there and make burgers.
Right.
Including our mayor. Mayor Karen Bass was down there one day making burgers.
Right. No hair nets, but
She has a short afro.
Okay.
Sure, it's fine. But yeah, Look, I would go today and get a burger, but if the line's going to be long, I don't want to go. I don't think my hood card works on Melrose.
They got the Venice Beach one too.
Oh yeah.
Go to the beach.
That's borderline, right? borderline community right there.
Streets in Venice Beach, no too. Streets of the beach, no.
I believe you, Miles. Yeah. So the celebration continues. We got one more card to give away. One more collector's item / free transportation for 9 months. Shoot, that's not bad. Meanwhile, the 12 Kinds of Crazy continues in Washington. They might overturn same-sex marriage. How long has it even been legal? It's like we barely. I think it's 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. 10. You have the right to be married for 10 years, and now the Trump Supreme Court is probably going to take it from you. Some legal experts say that won't happen, but that lady, remember Kim Davis, the county clerk who was refusing to issue marriage licenses to gay couples because she's probably unhappy and has no love in her life and, can't think of anything better to do than mess up other people's marriages. She went to jail for refusing to do her job. How she gets her job back? If that was a black person refusing to do their job because they didn't want to marry gay people, white people, Jewish people, people with red hair, they would have got fired. But this lady still has her job. And now she's back at it, asking the Supreme Court to shut down gay marriage. She's saying that her First Amendment protection for free exercise of religion immunizes her from denial of marriage licenses. And she's saying that the decision by the Supreme Court to grant same-sex marriages was wrong and must be corrected. Be interesting to see whether this rather plain-looking, angry legislative judicial Karen will get her way. But the good news, if there is any good news in this story, is that if you're gay, LGBTQ plus, and you're already married, they will not be overturning your marriage. I wonder if this means a whole bunch of people are going to rush out and have ill-fated unions just to beat the system. That wouldn't be good. But back to the future, back to not the future, back to the 1950s or 1850s, apparently is when America was great again. I don't know if you're tracking this story, but now, since the surrealistic development of Kash Patel being the FBI director, the agency is using lie detector tests on all employees. And it's not to find out if they're Russian spies. It's to check loyalty. That's some crazy, like 1984 weirdo-ish right there. Senior officials have been asked to take the test. And here's the really insane part. It's not just, are you loyal to Trump, which is creepy and draconian and authoritarian in itself, but he is the president, dictator, whatever you want to call him. But they're also asking, are they loyal to Kash Patel, which is so small energy. It's really small D energy right there. But I also think it's unconstitutional. And I wonder if this is going to be challenged, because an FBI employee is supposed to be loyal to the Constitution, not the president, and certainly not Kash Patel's odd-looking self. They are trying to turn the FBI, and it's just like we saw, and that was part of what was so problematic with the Border Patrol rolling up on Gavin Newsom's press conference around redistricting. It's like making a loyalty statement. We're down with the president. We're MAGA. which is really a slippery slope, right? That's very coup-ish. We're MAGA. You're the governor. We're loyal to the president. So we're going to disrupt your press conference. Woo! Yeah, it's giving Central American dictatorship in the 1980s. That's what it's giving. It's a perfect time to call me, 800-920-1580. You better call quick if you want to talk, because any minute we're about to give away this final tap card from the Nipsey Hussle estate in the Metro. And then, sorry to say, you won't be able to get through. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Nearly 7 million Americans aged 65 and older are living with Alzheimer's disease, or AD. But did you know that Black adults aged 65 and older are twice as likely as white adults to develop AD? You may be able to reduce your risk by managing conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure, being physically active, eating healthy, and exercising your mind. To learn more about AD, the importance of early diagnosis and intervention, and a potential treatment option, visit treatallzearly.com. That's treatallzearly.com. This message is brought to you by AZI.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, please visit fvgradio.com. If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise. See website for complete details. We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it? Call now, 800-868-6431. 800-868-6431. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 800-868-6431. 800-868-6431 and give us your answer. The proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Loaded bases, that's my motivation. Feeling lucky, we should go to Vegas. 2018 motor transportation got me feeling over anxious like a home invasion. My dough inflated and I'm more creative. Signed a couple big deals, but it's no parade. See, it's a couple every generation that wasn't supposed to make it out with the code, the matrix. And when they get to speak, it's like a coded language. Reminds that they strengthen all the stolen greatness. We used to rat out the mobile station. Full circle, mogul motivation. My self-educated, shrewd negotiations. Got these sharks that I'm sitting at this table with afraid to bait. No 10 on my Mercedes, that's for inspiration. 2 kilos on my neck like the 80s. Westside Slauson Ave, know my demonstration. Born and raised, y'all affiliated.
KBLA Talk 1580. Happy B-Day, Nipsey Hussle. Oh, man almighty. You'll like this story, Miles. A 10-year-old girl from Britain has made chess history, become the youngest female player ever to beat a grandmaster. Her name is Bodhana Sivanandan. She's from Northwest London. She's adorable. She looks like the typical bored 10-year-old, eye rolls and all. But she beat 60-year-old Grandmaster Pete Wells in the final round of the 2025 British Chess Championships in Liverpool on Sunday. I love that so much for her. She's now earned the Woman International Master Status title. I guess the next level up is Woman Grandmaster, and then the highest level would be Grandmaster. So I don't know what kind of brainiac you have to be to beat a Grandmaster at age 10, but I saw her picture and I thought she was adorable, and I thought that would be a nice little palate refresher. And the funny thing is her dad said everyone in her family sucks at chess except for her.
I'm also reading too. It says that she picked up chess as a pandemic hobby at 5. So
Little thing I picked up when I was sitting around the house.
during COVID at 5 years
By
old.
5 years later, she beat the grandmaster.
That's moves. You're making moves. You get from picking it up to a grandmaster in 5 years. That's fire.
That's and the pickup is at 5.
Right.
Yeah. She said she used to play with the pieces like they were toys. And then she started playing the game.
Oh, that's what's up. Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her. Let your kids explore. And just because that it runs in my family is BS. I mean, you may have a talent. I know that I can write better than I probably should be able to because both my parents are writers. But, neither one of them could work out, and I bet you I can lift some weights.
Right, yeah.
I'm not going to be beating no grandmasters, but shoot, invest in yourself. I love that story so much.
That's fire. Shout out to her, man.
Yeah. Let's go to Eric calling us from the city of Carson. Hi, Eric.
Hey, Dominique, how you doing?
I'm blessed. What's on your mind?
I don't have time to talk about what I want to talk about, so I want to ask you, do you think that talking about our president, like there's news outlets, radio shows, do you think talking about him in a disparate way is something that is a positive thing, a necessary thing, and do you think that it's productive? And I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I'm just really trying to educate myself. And I'll just close with, I think that talking about something is one thing, but taking action is another. And is that a form of action?
Okay, so it's a really thoughtful question with a lot of important reflections. I think that talking about the president in an informed way, i.e. having the facts about what he's doing, saying, and trying our best to be objective, even though he's annoying as hell, is good because we need to understand what's going on. I think disparaging things that he does that are stupid, reckless, problematic, racist, anti-working class, etc., is good because hopefully it can illuminate to people who might not have seen it that way or might not have understood the implications of something they're hearing. I think that's good. I think sometimes clowning the president just for fun or just to remind ourselves that we're not crazy or to avoid normalizing some of the stuff he does, i.e. constantly lying, I think that's good. We can't allow that to be normalized. But within what you're saying, I feel like there's a critique about how we can get caught up in a cycle of negativity, complaining, worrying, demonizing of other people that is not necessarily healthy and doesn't necessarily serve us. Am I right?
I think you're right. And I know I'm not the president, but I don't like to be talked about. But I can take some constructive criticism.
Right. You also, I doubt you lie 5 times a day to the American people.
I try not to.
Yeah, me too. I try really hard. But yeah, no, I mean, I think whatever the critique that was inside that question is a good one. I feel like it's also even more important when it comes to MAGA supporters that when we just characterize them as all stupid idiots, we don't give people the opportunity to change their mind, to grow, to become enlightened. Everybody deserves a chance at redemption, from gang members to Trump voters. And so your point is taken, even though you posed it as a question. And it's something that I reflect on a lot when I'm off the air. And you notice I don't spend all day, every day talking about the president, because there's a lot going on. It's a big, wide world, and I want to make sure that we know what's going on, that we pledge every day, even if it's like today at the very end of the show, to be courageous, that I believe fearless is the way forward, and I'm committed to that. And we got to joke and have fun and do creative things and remember how powerful we are and that people power is the answer here. But yeah, I'm going to call a fascist a fascist. I'm going to call a racist a racist. I'm going to call an idiot. I'm going to call bad hair bad hair. I'm going to do it. Part of it is there's a certain solidarity in that. Like, I'm not crazy. You're not crazy. We're both seeing the same thing, right? And we can laugh about it. We can track. And look, when this president, on those rare occasions, does something good, he's done a few things, I try to call it out. I try to encourage that, and I think we all should. I have to double check and triple check to make sure there's no fine print, but I call it out. And I thank you for your call. Okay, it's right now. Caller 40, 800-920-1580. You get the special birthday edition Metro card brought to you by LA Metro, KBLA, and the estate of Nipsey Hussle. It's a tap card good for 9 months of rides, worth $600+. Plus, you're going to get a bunch of swag, KBLA swag. Caller 40 right now, 800-920-1580. The Crenshaw and Slauson or the Watts tap card available today in honor of Nipsey Hussle's birthday. If you don't win, you can get them at select vending machines, Hyde Park, Crenshaw, Slauson, Compton, and the customer care centers, or if you sign up for the low-income program, the low-fare, easy life program. All right, caller 40 right now. The best of Tavis Smiley is up next. His highlights from the week that was. Tap in with me on social media, KBLA 1580, or I'm at DiPrima Radio. I'll be posting all weekend. Like my mama used to say, history is now, and we are making it together. Until next time, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Alexandria Ikamoni with BIN News Now. Governor Gavin Newsom's call for a special election to redraw congressional districts in California is being met with Republican criticism. State Senator Tony Strickland accuses Newsom of campaigning on taxpayers' dollars. He says the idea of mid-decade redistricting in general is a bad one.
First of all, two wrongs don't make a right. Where do we stop? So California responds to Texas, Florida responds to California, Illinois responds to Florida, and pretty soon we have the whole country doing redistricting every 2 years. That's not good for America and not good for California.
A fourth person is dead from Legionella in Harlem. City health officials making the grim update. They also upped the count of reported cases to at least 92. Sean Kingston's lawyer wants a judge to allow the artist to serve his sentence at home instead of a prison cell. The argument was made ahead of today's sentencing. Get BIN News Now on the iHeartRadio app.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
We're going to find out a lot about the Dodgers this weekend. The first place San Diego Padres are in town tonight to kick off a 3-game series against the Dodgers. The Dodgers, who have lost 4 in a row, and 21 of their last 33 are a game behind the Padres in the NL West. This series could be a turning point for the Dodgers this season. Are they still a championship team, or are they a team with a bunch of high-profile players who simply are not getting the job done? We will find out this weekend. The NBA schedule is out. The Lakers will be at home for their regular season opener against Golden State on October 21st. This will be the 23rd NBA season for LeBron. The Lakers are on the Christmas Day schedule against Houston. The Clippers' first regular season game is October 22nd at Utah. The LA Sparks are back in action today on the road. They take on the Dallas Wings. 4:30 tip-off LA time. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news